Right now, I'm currently in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I work for a medium-sized financial technology company here in the metropolitan area as a digital marketing specialist. Since my time at Emerald in 2014, I went on to do a bachelor's in business administration at Riara University for about 4 years. I then pursued a master's of science degree in marketing at Florida International University. During this time, I was fascinated by the impact of technology in marketing, especially in the global economy. And fast forward, that's what led me to digital marketing. When I first joined Emerald, I struggled in class, to be honest. It took me a while to understand concepts, really just get things done. But the system taught me to learn, accept, and embrace my limitations. I think every academician learns differently, and it's really important to know yourself. So I think an understanding of this really helped me to leverage my strengths and also work on my weaknesses. My second biggest lesson was on goal setting. I think throughout my academic and current career, I found that goal setting simply creates a unique benchmark that distinguishes you not only from the individuals, but from the world. You're capable of doing more in less time, and it becomes a habit that eventually carries on to other areas of your life. And finally, my biggest lesson has been staying grounded in the Christian faith. I've gone through a lot of difficult experiences where my character and faith have been tested quite a few times. And I firmly believe that what kept me grounded is just remaining faithful to my Christian walk, finding a community where I could serve, just being active in any sort of ministry or active spiritual event, and by finding communities where I can continue to grow as a believer. Yeah. I'd say for any potential parent, if you're considering EIS as a school of choice, be encouraged that you are considering a school that encourages your child to find and pursue something they love. I've met a lot of people today who are not entirely sure about what their passions or career practices are or where they really want to be. And I think, to me, if you trace back that challenge, it's probably because they lacked some sort of support early on. So it really helps to prepare your child. I think an institution that supports a parent or guardian to nurture the passions of a child will really go a long way to enhance their focus, not only on studies, but their professional careers later on. You save time and really get clarity on a lot of things. Secondly, I think your child will need to be prepared to adapt to a changing world once they start life on their own. I've come to realize that the market has changed from the time I went to, when I got my bachelor's degree and to now having gotten my graduate degree. Things have changed, sadly, and a lot of people continue to fall behind or are pivoting too slowly. So I think today you not only need to show that you went to school, but that you can provide value wherever you're placed. So for me, I believe EIS was and still is a place where the brightest and best who pass through go on to accomplish great things simply because they've been prepared. They are told to think outside the box and really open their minds to possibilities that you might just be more than a single, practitioner or fall in a particular profession. And finally, I think EIS nurtures children to be global citizens. I think we can all agree that as the world is getting smaller, chances are that the current generation will be exposed to travel much sooner in their lives, much more than me or even my parents' generation ever did. And so they need to be ready to connect with different cultures in order to coexist and thrive. I'd say I personally had an amazing time in grad school down in Florida because I created some of the best friendships I've ever had in my life. That privilege of meeting people from Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America, was an experience unlike any other. I nurtured friendships and built capacity, some of which has helped me move rapidly, as a young person and as a young professional. So because I was prepared to understand cultural differences way back in something in high school. So I'd say one of the biggest takeaways if you're considering bringing your kids. Words of encouragement. I'd say never feel left behind. You might look at the amount of pacework or coursework that you have left to finish for some of you that are probably just about to complete your journey. But I would say trust the process. It will pay off in ways you can't imagine. I assure you, you'll be ready to conquer all the challenges of higher education and much more. And I think most importantly, you become an incredible resource to others, especially where you're placed. And lastly, don't be afraid to dream. I dreamed of being an FIU in the United States for almost a year or more, probably. I remember I printed a picture of the campus and put it in places where I could see it every day to remind myself of where I wanted to be. And prayerfully and eventually God really brought that desire to fruition. So, dare to dream, keep that goal high, but most importantly, put in the effort and you'll get there soon enough.